In this next video, I want to talk about the script for obtaining a processing statement. Now, one of the important things about a script is actually seeing the way that someone says it. However, I didn't want to just provide you with the script. I wanted you to see an example of how I would present that script to a merchant. Now, my pitch is going to be a little off from the script. Again, when you write something out, it's always a little different than when you actually pitch it. But I just want to give you a couple examples of things I say to get the processing statement. Give you some examples. Now, first of all, it all starts with when I walk into the business, and that is the opening pitch. So you can look at the training resources for opening pitch. But the opening pitch that I use is always pretty much the same. I walk in and say, "Hi, my name is James Shepard." Now, in your case, you would say, "My name is so-and-so. I own my own local business." And I used to use that all the time, too. But I walk in and say, "Hi, my name is James Shepard. I'm a local business owner, and I provide credit card processing services. I do the credit card processing for," and then I'll use the name of someone nearby for whom I do the credit card processing. Now, let me stop that pitch for a second and give you another tip there. If you don't have any customers yet and you're brand new going out into the market, use the people that you're doing an analysis for. In other words, if I met with Bob at XYZ Automotive, and Bob said I could come back on Friday to get a credit card processing statement, I would use Bob's name if I didn't have any customers. I would say, "Hi, my name is James Shepard. I'm a local business owner providing credit card processing services in the community here. And I was actually coming by today to see Bob over at XYZ Automotive, but I thought on my way over I would stop by and ask you, who are you using for your credit card processing services?" Now that's the opening. Very important that you get the opening right. You want to make sure of a couple things in the opening. First of all, you want to make sure that you are mentioning the name of someone else in the local community as soon as possible. Mention several names if you can work them into the pitch. Secondly, you want to make sure you're ending with the question, who are you using for your credit card processing services? That question will open up a discussion, which again I covered that earlier on in the training. Now, once they answer that question and you reply, they'll say, "Well, I'm using, XYZ, or I'm using this company or that company." You would say something like, "Okay, I'm very familiar with them. We actually have a special program where we are providing very low prices for merchants. And what I'd really like to do is I'd like to provide you with a free cost analysis as well as some other free information about our services and our local business. Would you mind if I stop by on Thursday to drop off some free information for you?" Now notice what I did there. First of all, I mentioned the local business. I always want to position myself as the local business owner. It's important that you do that. Not only do you want to position yourself as a local business owner in that pitch, but you also want to talk about providing them with a free cost analysis. Make sure you say that, and then also some other free information. Now, why do I do that? Because it's very difficult to say no to that. Most people will say, "Sure, that's fine. You can come by on Thursday and drop off some free information." So it doesn't take a great deal of commitment for them to say yes to that. It's very easy to say yes to that question. Once they say yes, they have already admitted that they would like to get a free cost analysis. Well, what do you have to do a cost analysis? You have to have a processing statement. So at that point, you would say, "Great, I'll swing by on Thursday and drop that off. Now, the only thing I'm going to need from you, Bob, is I will need a recent credit card processing statement just so I can do the free cost analysis for you. Do you have one handy, or should I come back on Thursday to pick that up?" Now, again, we moved right into another alternate advance question. Always want to move forward with alternate advance questions of, do you have a statement handy, or should I come back later in the week to pick that up? If you follow that pitch, you will obtain a processing statement a lot of times. Now, the most common objection that you'll get is one of two things. They're either going to say, "I don't have one. It's at my accountant's office. It's at my CPA's office. It's at my home office. I don't have one." If they say that, it's a very simple pitch from there. Don't ask them, "Would you mind bringing one in?" Because a lot of times they'll say, "No, I don't want to bring one in." Don't leave them that out. Rather than doing that, what you want to say is, you would like to say, "That's no problem. Are you going to be in here tomorrow? Or are you going to be in here on Thursday?" Whenever the next day is that you're planning to come to that area, you would use that day. If you're planning to come back out Thursday, I would say, "Oh, that's no problem. Are you going to be in here on Thursday?" They say, yeah, I'll be on Thursday. Okay, great. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll swing by around like 10 o'clock in the morning. Is that when you're normally in here? And they'll say, yeah. I say, okay, great. If you can just have a processing statement for me then, I'll pick it up, and then I'll just be right on my way and get the analysis done, and then I'll bring it back to you and drop off the free information that I promised you. So you can see how you're moving into, I'll just come back another day and drop it off. Now, the other one that you're going to hear a little bit of, people will say, no, I don't really want an estimate. I'm not interested. Now, if you've done your presentation correctly, it's at that point where you actually are asking for the processing statement. You're being very assumptive. You're being persistent, like we talked about in the last training, and you're being knowledgeable, but you're still going to get some people that say, no, I'm not interested in that. Now, if they do that, okay, here's what I always say, okay? I always say, Bob, I'm a local business owner, and I know that you want to support your local business community. I'm honestly not even asking for your business right now. All I want is the opportunity to provide you with a free cost analysis to see if I could give you a better rate than the large company that you're with now. Bob, if I could give you a better price than the large company you're with now, wouldn't you want to support your local business community? Now, you can have all kinds of variations to that. There's a lot of different ways to pitch that, but you get the general idea. The idea is, you're a local business owner, they're with a large company right now. I'll even ask them sometimes at the very beginning of the presentation. When I come in at the beginning of the presentation, if I'm getting shot down and they say, I'm not interested at all, and as soon as I walk in, I mean, I've got nothing, then let me tell you what the line that I use is that almost that exact same line. I say, Bob, let me ask you a question. Do you have a local business owner that's providing your credit card processing needs, or are you with one of the big companies? Now, notice the concern in my face when I say that. Are you with one of the big companies? Now, when you say that, what they're always going to say, well, most of the time, they'll say, well, I guess I'm with one of the big companies. Okay? That's when you move right into that line I just gave you a second ago. Well, Bob, I'm not trying to get your business today. I'm not even trying to earn your business today, but, you know, I'm a local business owner. All I really want to do is give you a free cost analysis, show you if I can save you some money, because I don't know if I can save you money or not. You like you said, you're with one of the big companies, but I'd at least like the opportunity to give you a free cost analysis. Would I at least be able to do that for you? Again, that line, that's very difficult to say no to. It's easier to just say, yeah, that's fine. You know, you can give me a cost analysis. Then you move from there right into, okay, great. Well, I'll come back, you know, how's Thursday? Does that work for you? Okay, good. I'll come back on Thursday to give you that. Now, the only thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need a recent credit card processing statement just so that I can do the free cost analysis. I'll break all your fees down, give you a complete savings summary, and show you all that when I come back on Thursday. Do you have a credit card processing statement handy, or should I swing back by on Thursday to pick that up? So again, that's the pitch you want to use when you're obtaining a credit card processing